I'm reaching for what I believe in, and I must never stop rising, rising, rising. Never stop rising, rising.
Cheers! Yeah, what's happening, family? What's happening? It's Unique Creation back in the house. What's happening? I know that was corny, but I like it in the house, innit? Yeah, man, I got another topic for you guys today. This one is very close to my heart. It's to do with the whole recovery and my 3-month silence of the whole social media and recuperation thing. It's something I'm keeping to myself these days, but I think it's important I share it because it almost, when you say stuff like this, it almost makes you look like you are a stubborn or bullheaded person that doesn't want to listen to anyone. But there's actually a important principle to this. And the topic today is the title, Guard Your Belief System. Guard your belief system. And I don't mean just guard what you believe in and your faith. I mean the system behind it as well. It's so important. Now, no two people have the exact same belief system. Not even a husband and wife, not even twins have the same belief system. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because when I say belief system, what I really mean is you believe in something and then you have a system behind that, not just to maintain the belief, but to also feed into the belief as well. For example, now, me, you know, I'm a musician and I have a dream, and you know I'm trying to build that dream and I'm working hard through it. But I realize I'm a lot more creative when I'm around other creatives. Now, I can be creative to a certain point, and there are certain times where I just want solitary creativity, but I realize when I'm under other like-minded people, I tend to be more productive. I tend to bring out a lot more out of me than when I'm doing it alone. And I realize sometimes that when you don't guard it, when you let too many hands enter that belief system, you can actually throw too many wrenches in the works, especially if they're not supposed to be there. So, which is why I want to talk today about guarding your belief system. Now, there is a fine line between being stubborn and bullheaded and being hard-hearted, and to being careful what you let into you. So yeah, those are the two bits. Now, what am I actually talking about? To elaborate a little bit more, there is always going to be a risk of people entering that system and damaging it. We live in life, we have to interact with people and we have to let people into certain structures. Let me give you another example. Let's say you have a group of friends. You have a group of friends. Within that friends, there's a system. If you have 5 friends and they've been around each other long enough, there'll be a mini culture built in there. And there'll be a certain belief system built in there. And every friend, there will be like unwritten rules within friends. And that's the belief system. And now you can have one more person that comes in and starts causing discord and spreading lies within that system and damaging it. That's because that system is not guarded or protected at that time. So, which is why it's very important of who you let into your system. For example, I have different belief systems, many belief systems under one main faith. And that main faith trickles down into each belief system. At one point, I really let myself I let myself open too much. I opened up way too much and I let too many people in. I let too many opinions into the musical side of things. Too many opinions, too many views, too many hands, too much advice. And it's not always good to have too much, because then you just have a big mumble jumble of information. It just becomes crowded in there. You can't even decide which one is the right one, which one is not. When you were fine before, there was peace before, but then you let too many people have too much advice and now you have internal turmoil and discord. That shows that your belief system has been frazzled and damaged. So be careful when you let people in. Think about who you're letting in. It's one thing to let an advisor in, but of course, even an advisor, even a mentor is not there to control you. They're just there to give you nuggets, and then it's down to you on whether you take it, and the ones you take, what you do with them. So be careful what you let in. Don't let in too much, especially if you already have a system going. The aim is not to change your belief system in the direction you're going. The aim is to take out the bad things and replace it with the good things, or taking out cogs that are not as good enough or efficient as other cogs. So for example now, I once heard an advice. Somebody said, do the work of 10 men. And I took that to heart. I started working myself. You already know about the whole work story. Do the work of 10 men. Trying to do the work of 10 men. But then later, somebody said, don't work harder, work smarter. So that took away the do the work of 10 men and then put in the work smarter part of the cog, which I introduced into my belief system. So that's what I mean by don't let in too much. And also, this one is very key now. This one is very, very important, and it has to do with self-esteem, self-trust and also just being able to know that you're capable of doing certain things. Do not let other people bully you into receiving their point of view unless it's a better one. Do not let other people bully you into accepting their point of view unless it's a better one. And I don't mean it has to be better for you. It has to be better for you. And what I mean by that is this. Two people could have an opinion. Two people could have an opinion. And one person may be a bit more forceful about trying to give you their opinion because they just believe that their opinion is better. It doesn't matter how forceful they are. It doesn't necessarily mean their opinion is better. For example, one guy, let's say one of these guys is rich, mad rich, born, it wasn't even a silver spoon, it was a diamond spoon in the mouth. They got money for days to spend. And another one comes from a poor background, not that much money. And they're both talking about maybe building something or starting an event. One guy's already got money, but he strongly believes that all he has to do is tell his boy, listen man, just take money, just spend money man, just invest. Look, all these people, let's just pay 50 people to start working. But the guy without the money doesn't have that. He has to be careful how much he spends. But because he let his boy bully him, the little that he has, he starts spending. And then it doesn't just put himself out of pocket, the little pocket he has, he puts himself in debt. When really and truly, there's more than one way to achieve something. That's what I mean. You could have a belief system. It doesn't have to be a bad one. If it's not a bad one, you can always improve on it. You can always add to it. But don't just let anyone come in and damage your belief system, because it doesn't just rupture your direction, especially as a musician. It doesn't just rupture my direction and slow me down. It can confuse me. It could make me believe less in something I knew was important. Your mind may be trying to create a certain sound. Just because somebody else doesn't agree with that sound doesn't mean it's wrong. So be very, very careful about letting in too much into your belief system. At the same time, don't let anybody force their way into their belief system unless you know deep down that you're just being stubborn and their idea is better. That's it for today. My name is Unique Creation. God bless. Hope this helps. See you at the next one.
Stop rising, rising.